Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. This one's going to be a speed run video for the Boiling Waterfall Hero Raid version. So obviously not everybody is going to be able to achieve this, but I did just want to kind of showcase sort of how we did it. This one definitely is a little bit more sort of mechanically intensive than doing some of the other speed runs. So I wanted to break it down for you a little bit and show you and walk you through how we did it. Of course, there have been faster times, plenty of faster times, and people do it slightly differently, but the basic mechanics are all here. So we start out, I'm kind of playing more of the support. I've always had relatively low damage in comparison to some of my guildmates and other people. So I'm playing more of the support role here. So on the left-hand side, I think, in my opinion, one of the keys here is Hwahi. Hwahi is really, really good, and I think Hwahi is going to really pick up here in the PvE meta, I guess, along with Perna, and those two together are just going to be phenomenal. So I've got Hwahi for both heals, right? Attack up, as well as defense break and the suppression skill, or the suppression debuff. All of those things together really all combined create a perfect speed run monster here in Summoner's War Chronicles. King, a lot of you guys know about King. So hopefully you got King back in the day and you were able to utilize him. Basically any monster that's going to provide a lot of debuffs. King in particular does quite a few debuffs that are very helpful for speed runs in particular. I am also bringing Brandia. Brandia is a big damage unit against single targets like bosses. Always been a phenomenal unit. She kind of gets outshined by, Argon and Nar and Ha in most cases because raids have been party situations, right? We have a party, therefore we have lots of debuffs. Now with raids being more single player, like a lot of these raids can be done by one person now, I think Brandia is going to be really good along with our new Perna, which we'll talk about in a little bit. I think Perna could basically replace Brandia here in this situation. And then over on the right, you've got your typical sort of Tiana, Verd, and Argon setup. I've made videos about this rotation and how this works. As you can see, none of them, some of them are plus 80, so the Argons are 80, level 80, so that helps out. The other ones being level 80 is not as important, but of course it does help. My Hwahi actually is not even level 80 in this particular situation, and that would be even better if she was. In a perfect world, one of these Argons would be a well-built Nar and Ha. That would be more ideal. So that way, Nar and Ha can land a couple extra debuffs along with stacking defense down with her damage skill, right? She stacks defense down with her damage skill, which is really, really nice. So having an Argon and Nar and Ha combo on your two damage dealers, summoners, is ideal. So we're going to walk through this in just a second. There are a couple really important key points in the raid that things have to happen. This raid in particular takes a lot more damage to get through certain stages. So we were definitely struggling, and we definitely are outputting a lot of damage with these teams comparison to a lot of people. So it's definitely a tough raid to get that speed run through, but it's fun to try. And we definitely tried a couple times and we finally got it down. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. All right, so we're going to hop in here, and this is what we started out with. The idea here is the two damage dealers, Stingy and Momo here, are going to be using their Tianas to build up ultimate, right? That's the goal. So we want to build up ultimate so Vertiheel can do his ultimate, and then we can spam Argon skills. So you'll see the little green mist on the field here and there. That is the Tianas using their skill to build up ultimate. We're doing a good job of dodging as many attacks as possible, but that's where the Hwahi comes in and you can heal your team back up. I'm trying to save as much mana as I can for the breaking of the shield stage. So you see here, this part we could have done a lot faster. Okay, so this is a really important part of this run, is when the boss goes up to do this jump attack. It's a big old AoE jump attack. Old school runs, we could just tank this and it wasn't a big deal. Or if you're bringing aerial, you can just cleanse things off. But the boss is actually going to apply unrecoverable and block beneficial effects. Both of those together really just kill this run completely. So you need to know when that's about to happen, which is around 80%, 80 to 85%. Get out of this AoE attack, as you can see we're doing here, and then hop back in. You'll still have a lot of your buffs attached to you because the boss isn't going to strip them. And most importantly, there's not unrecoverable on your teammates, so your Hwahi can actually heal them and can also apply that attack up. As you can see, we are landing a bunch of debuffs here. There goes the brand. We did get a brand. You can see 2 major switches happened here. Okay, and you can either do this on the way out of that AoE effect, or you can do this at some point during this break stage. You see that Momo on the top switched to a Croa. Tiana is useless at this point. Once you've built your ultimate, Tiana's useless. So he switched to a Croa, which is a phenomenal speedrun monster. It gives you so many buffs that help out damage. Stingy here went for his Cruise. Cruz is an amazing damage dealer for bosses and raids, but he also applies brand, which is a nice debuff. I am also applying brand with my Brandia, but she doesn't do it as often because I'm focused on healing right now with my Hawaii. So it's a really nice first thingy to switch out for those extra damage taken ups or brands. So it's really important that you switch out to 2 monsters, either support monsters or some sort of extra damage. In most cases, if you don't have the damage to just blow through this. We had to switch out to get more damage. So I'm sort of saving my mana as much as I can here. Over on the right-hand side with Wahi, I don't want to just like spam her heal on cooldown. I want everybody's health to go down just a little bit and then utilize her heal. So as you can see there, pretty nice little speed run there. We're definitely going to do it in the future. I think I'm going to switch out Brandia for Perna. I think it's going to be even better. So pretty fast on the speed run. We don't really care if it's the fastest. Just being able to skip that stage is really kind of a nice, fun achievement. So I hope this sort of helps you a little bit in building your team, gathering a team together, and figuring out how you might want to speed run this hero raid. If you guys want to see more Hero Raid speed runs in the future when White Shadow Castle boss comes out, let me know by subscribing to the channel, liking this video, leave a comment if you've been enjoying the content. And as always, guys, I'm TopherSmurf telling you to keep on gaming.